It's time for the GameSHOUT movie reviews.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
And now, it's time for the it's time for the GameSHOUT movie reviews.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Lights.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good,
It
though.
could have been a lot better.
Camera.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey!
Action.
Boo!
The GameSHOUT movie reviews.
Welcome back to GameSHOUT Radio, and this is at GameSHOUT at the Movies, and here's your host, TrickNeal.
Thank you very much, Ego. Welcome to GameSHOUT at the Movies. We got a great show for you today. Got a little movie news coming at you, and also we're going to have SexyJosh giving us a preview of the new Bruce Willis movie, 16 Blocks, as well as Captain Maverick giving us a review of the new animated film, Doogal. First of all, we got some Superman news coming out. We got the new Superman Returns is coming out this summer, and Marvel Comics, Warner Brothers Movies, have gotten together with... it's slipping me at the moment. There's a new Superman video game coming out, and it's definitely looking gorgeous. The graphics look amazing. It's a lot of fun. You get to see Superman using his superpowers to save Metropolis from Metallo, one of many classic supervillains in Superman Returns. The video game, inspired by the upcoming Warner Brothers Pictures feature film and more than 60 years of DC Comics lore, the game creates the first multi-dimensional open-world superhero experience. You can see it exclusively today at bsuperman.com, or IGN has a copy of the trailer, or bluetights.net also has it. Or you can go to the official Warner Brothers site to check that out. So definitely give it a look. It's a really cool looking game. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also, apparently, Ben Affleck has reportedly dropped out of the Daredevil sequel because the film won't be as dark as he'd like it to be. Unfortunately, Affleck was hoping his best friend and comic book friend, super fan Kevin Smith, would pen the Daredevil 2, but when that fell apart, the Armageddon actor kind of lost interest. Now, according to the website JasonBear.com, the Roswell star Jason Bear is going to take over the role in the sequel, which is expected to be a straight-to-DVD release. No big surprise there. According to the latest issue of Dreamwatch, they spoke with producer Rick Berman, his assistant Doug Mirabello, who revealed that Eric Jendrenson, the guy that wrote the Star Trek The Beginning, the new script for a Star Trek movie, it's actually been scrapped, and there isn't really likely to be any Star Trek in movie theaters or on television for quite some time. He also says that to his knowledge, there are no plans for using Patrick Stewart in any forthcoming Next Generation movie projects. He says it's more likely that some executive had a casual conversation with him and brought up some hypotheticals, which he ran with when some reporter asked him about Star Trek. There's a chance that someone else at Paramount is planning something huge and keeping us out of the loop. From what I've heard, Patrick wouldn't do another Trek movie unless they paid him Professor X money. So, fans of Star Trek, don't be looking forward to anything new anytime soon. But anyways, without further ado, let's move right on to SexyJosh's preview of 16 Blocks. Josh?
They're gonna come and talk to you about this, and they're gonna tell you what happened. But what they tell you is not really what happened here. I was trying to do a good thing.
Hey, get this guy from lockup and run him over to Center Street.
Did you get some regular nut that takes care of this?
It's a nothing thing. 118 minutes to get a witness, 16 blocks.
Why are we rushing like this? This is not a good sign. You put the Hawaii 5-0 light on and use your police power. Make a hole. We'll be alright. Do you believe in that?
I believe life's too long, and guys like you make it even longer.
Hey, listen, man, I got an important appointment. Nah, man, it ain't Miller time, man. No. I don't know why you stopped, man.
Got here as soon as we could.
You did a great job. You got a bad guy. Why don't you let us take it from there?
The kid was gonna testify. He's selling some business. It's gonna hurt a lot of cops. We just want the kid. All you gotta do is look the other way. This changes everything, Jack.
There's about a ton of cops between me and you, and they all want this kid dead.
Why you shoot that cop? Cops, they don't shoot up a cop, especially over nobody like me.
Lines were crossed. That kid is gonna get you killed.
What did you
you. People been trying to shoot me. People you know.
I am your only friend out here.
You don't even know me.
Well, I got all day. How about you? You got all day?
You're dressed like a criminal. People can say you say.
You are not gonna make it.
Eddie, you're killing me.
"16 Blocks," man. This movie looks just amazing, in all honesty. Well, the story follows. All he wanted to do was go home and get a drink. But at 8:02 a.m., hungover NYPD Detective Jack Mosley, played by Bruce Willis, is assigned a seemingly simple task. Petty criminal Eddie Bunker, played by Mos Def, is set to testify before a grand jury at 10 a.m. and needs to be taken from lockup to the courtroom, 16 blocks away. Hence the 16 Blocks name. It should have taken Jack, 15 minutes to drop him off to the courthouse and get home. Broken down, out of shape, with a bad leg and a serious drinking problem, Jack's role on the force is simple. Clock in, clock out, and stay out of trouble in between. He's in no mood to deal with a punk who's been in and out of jail for more than half his life. But beneath the punk and Eddie lies a man committed to turning his life around and constantly searching for signs that will lead him to a brighter future. Jack knows better, though. People don't change. In Eddie, he sees only a pathetic rat who was offered a sweet deal, a rat whom he will soon be rid of. When Jack shoves Eddie into the back of his car and pulls out into the morning New York City rush hour, he doesn't notice the black van looming behind him. His head throbbing and Eddie's flair for conversation only making it worse, Jack stops off at a local liquor store to pick up some breakfast. As Eddie waits inside the locked car, fuming at getting stuck with a Jack as an escort, he's suddenly faced with a much bigger problem. A loaded gun pointed straight at his head. Jack emerges just in time to prevent Eddie's execution, killing one assassin, narrowly escaping in second. When Jack calls for backup, homicide detective Frank Nugent, played by David Morse, and his team are first to arrive at the scene. Eddie suddenly goes pale. One of the detectives on Nugent's team is the man he is supposed to testify against. In an instant, Jack quickly trips downtown, turns into nightmare of a lifetime. The criminals that want Eddie dead are actually cops. There's a history between Jack and Nugent, a dark history that Jack has been desperately trying to forget. And as Nugent is quick to point out to his old friend, Eddie's testimony threatens to bring them all down. Nugent offers to stage a mock hostage situation in which Eddie is killed and Jack does what he does best, walk away. But this time, Jack has been pushed too far and sees his last opportunity to do the right thing. A split second before Nugent's team can execute Eddie, Jack sets in motion a chain of events that will irrevocably impact all of their lives. Battling against time and corrupt cops, gaining on their every move, Jack and Eddie fight their way to the courthouse block by gut-wrenching block. These are Jack's streets too, and he won't go quietly. In Eddie, he finds purpose, hope, and strength to do something he should have done 6 years ago. And Eddie begins to see that all of these signs he's been following were meant to lead him to Jack. Thus, the story of 16 Blocks is set. And wow, so far from what I've seen, this looks like it's going to be just a thrilling ride of action from beginning to end. You got Bruce Willis, who we all know is like one of the top dogs at acting. We also got Mos Def, who's been surprisingly a really, really good actor. I've never actually, aside from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe, I didn't really see most of his acting, but from what I've seen thus far, he's really good. He's also done the spots on the Dave Chappelle Show and the Boondocks. We also got director Richard Donner, who you may remember from like Lethal Weapon 4, Conspiracy Theory, Assassins, 1994's Maverick, Lethal Weapon 3. This guy did a whole ton of stuff when it came to directing. So he's got quite a repertoire of films behind him, backing him up, along with David Morse. David Morse, who's best known for roles in like the TV series Hack, Hearts in Atlantis movie. So he's got a few. Oh, The Green Mile. That was what his best role, I guess, would be known for. But so he's got a lot of films behind him, and this, so you throw these three actors together in this action-packed film, it's going to be astounding. 16 Blocks comes out the 3rd of March, which is coming up here. Check it out. I highly suggest it. We're going to take a quick break here, but when we come back, we got some more for you. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You're listening to GameSHOUT Radio. If your gaming thumbs are itching for a PlayStation 3, don't worry. GameSHOUT's got you covered. GameSHOUT's Gamepad Gamers PlayStation 3 Edition mini podcast gives you all you want to know about the PS3 and more. PlayStation 3 news? Yeah, we got it. Reviews of the games you want to play? Oh yeah, we got it. Previews of the hottest new games coming out to the PlayStation 3? You don't have to ask twice. We got it. Be sure to find out more about the games, news, previews, and reviews that matter from the only gaming site that matters, GameSHOUT.com.
Welcome back to GameSHOUT Radio. You're listening to GameSHOUT at the movies, and without further ado, we're going to throw things on over to Captain Maverick to give us his review of Doogal.
Legend tells of 3 magic stones, and an evil so powerful that the only one who can stop it is the world's most fearless warrior.
The fearless warrior couldn't make it today, so I came instead.
This February, one dog must lead an unlikely fellowship on the adventure of a lifetime.
It's all clear. Come on.
3 stones to rule the world.
My precious. Kidding.
One dog to find them. Doogal.
Get the diamond!
I didn't know they were shooting Ice Age 2 up in here.
From the creator of The Fairly Odd Parents. If he can't save us.
I can fly!
No, I can't.
Then someone else will have to.
I'm fine. I broke the fall with my face.
Featuring Chevy Chase, Judi Dench, Jimmy Fallon, Whoopi Goldberg, William H. Macy, Ian McKellen, Kevin Smith, and John Stewart. Doogal.
It was inevitable. The lazy filmmakers in greedy suits that would glom to the most obvious attractive feature of recent kids' movies. And co-opt it for their own unimaginative rip-offs. The thing is, they're great when they work. Think of Aladdin, Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, Ice Age, just to name a few. Now, it might seem that these films appeal to adults would be, well, just all those adult pop culture and, wink and nod over the kids' head stuff. But look, like the American Idol and sitcoms and Days Gone By, throw in the cute and furry talking creatures for the kiddies, and bingo, you got an instant classic, right? Right? Wrong. The key to a great kids film is the same key to any great film: the story. An engaging, clever plot. Characters that you can love or hate or abandon. And these are essential to any good film. It might be, whether it's animated or whether it's live action, it doesn't matter. And the bad movies lack these elements. Bad movies throw in the clever dialogue and the stars and the great plot as an afterthought. Now, such is the case with Doogal, much to my dismay. And to take it further, a mere nod in pop culture does not a witty line of dialogue make. Look, it has to fit. It has to fit in the context. Because if it starts looking, formulaic, insert this pinchy pop culture nod here, kind of thing, it really ceases to be witty and it becomes tedious and kind of insulting, really. Doogal is an adorable talking dog. He's living in a utopian town populated with other talking animals and their human companions. They're under the guise of a good wizard named ZBD. He resembles really nothing as much as a liberated Jack-in-the-Box. But like any good young hero, Doogal has his flaws that lead him into trouble and an inherent courage that eventually gets him out of that trouble again. Doogal's addiction to candy and his inability to consider the consequences of his actions set loose ZB's evil doppelganger, Z-Bad. That's voiced by John Stewart. Now, Z-Bad's stated goal is to cover the earth with ice and snow by gathering up these 3 diamonds and freezing the sun. And it falls to Doogal and his friends to save the universe and find the diamonds before Z-Bad does. Well, ultimately, you know what's going to happen. Good is going to win out over evil, and justice will rule the day. But it still doesn't make a good film. This is definitely my don't see list. And with that, we're going to go ahead and Well, we'll come back with the interweb right after this.
This is GameSHOUT Radio, the #1 talk game station in the world. Visit GameSHOUT.com for more info. GameSHOUT.